Q103 Studio.
Wes!
Rick!
What up, son?
How you doing, brother?
Oh, dude, I'm really good. I'm just hanging out with Ray G, and dude, I'm so pumped that after it's been a year and 5 months, maybe even a little longer since we've hung out, but I'm so excited that we're finally coming through and we're going to get to kick it.
Dude, I can't wait, man. I was happy when we finally was able to confirm it all up and announce it earlier this week, May 7th. You, Framing Hanley, Devour the Day, Star Set. It's going to be a killer show, man.
Great lineup, by the way. Great lineup. And you know, when I saw everything pop up, I was like, dude, a bunch of cool young bands. You know, Framing Hanley, good friends of ours. Awesome place. My boy Wes. You know, I think my parents are going to come in for it. It's lined up to be one of the more exciting nights for me on tour.
Wait a minute, your parents are going to drive up from Philly?
Yeah, you know, they don't get to see me enough, man. You know, I'm gone so much. You know, I think at this point, if I'm like a 5-hour drive within them, they're like, we're going.
Well, that's cool though. At least they drive up to see you.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think sometimes my dad is definitely old fashioned. He's like, a 2-hour drive. You know, if they find anything to complain about, but you know, he knows he don't get to see me. He never gets to see me.
Well, that's right, man. I mean, you're living out in Vegas. You got a family of your own now. You're out on the road. You're coming out with your new album.
Exactly. I got a little munchkin, man. I can't be just flying back to Philly. You know,
how much has that changed your life, man? Since now that you're a touring father, I mean, from the last album to this album, a lot's changed for you just personally.
It makes you hungry, man. It makes you hungrier than ever. I'm hungrier than ever right now. You know, for my family, for my children, for rock and roll, for our fans. You got a hungry rocker in front of you, man. You know, and you're going to hear that on the album we made. You're going to hear that on the live show when we come on the 7th. You know what I mean? You're going to hear it all around. We're coming to be elite on this record. We're going to be one of the elite bands of this era of rock music, and we're coming, and this record's going to help us get there.
Well, and I mean, great way to kick it off with Dog on a Leash as the first single.
It sets the tone for the album, man. You know, I think I want to say, you know, once you dig into the record, things get better from here. It's a great precursor for what's to come. It starts you out with energy and angst and vibe, and then it leads you into the musical journey, man. 13 songs of getting lost inside of an album. Now,
my question is, I haven't seen anything on it, but do you have an actual title for it yet?
You know, we do have the title.
But you're not giving it out yet.
You know what? I love you so much, because you're my homie, that I will say this. There's a couple songs on the record that I really love and that are really, really, you know, special to me emotionally. And one of the songs on the record is my favorite song off the record. Is a song called "Stuck." Clue.
What?
That's the clue, bro.
Oh, that's the clue. Oh, I thought I heard Ray in the background, like telling you not to say something.
Oh no, I think that's just the reverb off I get a little reverb off the mic, I think.
I got you. All good.
Good. Oh yeah. Right. Stuck's my favorite song off the record.
So we'll leave it at that. But when are we going to see it come out?
It's going to come out June or July. They're finalizing a date right now. You know, everyone's working really hard behind the scenes to match the effort that we put into this every step of the way. I mean, from the songwriting to recording to mixing to mastering to the rollout to everything. The entire team has been so focused and driven and creative, and the magic is here on this, man. And we made the right album for our fans, for rock and roll, for the big picture, man. We made something special. We came in with a chip on our shoulder to really come in and write a record that could be considered one of the best records of this time. I want people to listen 10 years from now and be like, that Adelitas Way record, I remember those years of my life from that record.
I swear, though, I think every time, just because of how passionate you are about rock, I think you said something similar to every album. And not saying those albums haven't lived up to it, but you're just that passionate about what you do.
I am that passionate about what I do, and I think we grow every record. But, you know, I think there was so much to fuel the fire coming into this third album as far as just where I think rock and roll is and where I think I am and how close I think we are to being elite. I think this one there was the most kind of magic circling all the orbs. You know what I mean? Like overall, I felt like during the process, you know, this wasn't an easy record to make. I mean, there was so many ups and downs in the year and a half that we put this thing together. So many emotional roller coaster of an experience. And now that I look back on where the record is, and I take a step back, I promise you, when I give you this record, you're going to call me and be like, dude, I'm so proud of you.
Would you dare say it's like catching lightning in a bottle right now?
I do. I think this is going to end up being what's considered, Metallica had the Black Album. I think this is going to be our Black Album. And I approached it every step of the way like that. I approached it like this record was a career record for me as an artist and for me to set the tone for what I'm capable of as a singer, as a writer, as just an artist overall. I felt like I captured the essence of what I aspire to be to everyone. Like I said, I want people to look back on this era of music and be like, oh, Rick Dejesus was one of the best frontmen, of that time, and their records, I used to listen to them all the time. I want them to have a connection with us and with me.
Well, I gotta tell you what, man. I mean, in the sense of front man, I mean, not just saying this as your friend, but I mean, obviously, we got you coming to the town May 7th at Upstate Concert Hall. But you are definitely one of the funnest guys to watch on stage because the energy level you put into it. I just because of him passing away most recently, I almost would liken it to like the Ultimate Warrior when he makes an entrance to the ring. You're just everywhere, man. Just running around, hands flying around, and all that stuff.
Well, first of all, I'll send my prayers out to him and his family because I just found out about that and I'm blown away by it. I remember watching him on Raw the other night, and we were talking. I kind of felt like he knew that was the last time he was going to be in the WWE ring in front of his audience, which was insane. But speaking of the live show and the energy, yeah, exactly. That's what I was as a little kid. The Ultimate Warriors were my favorite wrestlers, and I have a lot of that. When I get on stage, I turn into the bad little kid I was when I was 8, emulating him. So it's a time for me to get up on stage and let all my energy out and just rock out and connect with the fans. And I'm telling you, May 7th, people are going to see the best Adelitas Way they've ever seen. And we really tried to incorporate exactly what you're talking about from the live show, the electricity, the vibe, the organicness. We took that approach to recording the album as well. We did it very analog on a board, as live sounding as possible, real amps, real guitars, real instruments, real drums. I mean, it's not all done inside of a box or a computer. I mean, this is a band playing.
Well, and the Dog on a Leash, the first single, I mean, it sounds like a very gritty rock track, and it goes right back to you, so like you're saying, they're just recording on analog. Yeah, we recorded analog. We really made sure that the guitars were everything has to have a vibe, man. You can't just, I think the computers take away the vibe and the warmth, and we try to minimalize that so much with the edits and with the programming, which everything I wanted on the record, I wanted to be an instrument, and I wanted to be real, and I wanted to sing the vocal correctly and right, and I really worked hard on this album as a vocalist to make sure I was the best I've ever been on this record as far as how prepared I was, working on my vocals and my range and just the approach. And so far, it seems like it worked out perfectly for you. We'll find out more as the album will get released June or July, potentially named Stuck, wink, wink. Yeah, right. I like that. And we'll see you guys May 7th. Rick Dejesus from the band Adelitas Way. Brother, always a pleasure, and thank you for calling in, man. Oh, man, it's always a pleasure. I can't wait to hang. Everyone, buy our single on iTunes, Dog on a Leash. Wes, I love you. I'll see you soon. Thanks for the love always, man.